Digitized live in Studio 1B in Cape Coral, Florida. It's the Waterman and D-Train show, and here he is, all jacked up. He's trying to be Marty McFly once again. Dave the Waterman.
All right, bro. What's up, man?
Not much is going on. No, I went too far with the music.
Where'd you go?
There we are.
There we are. What is it popping again, or is it just
it's
me?
It's popping again, but I think it's all the crap we have going through. That's all right. No one can hear it but us, so we'll just deal with it. So what's going on?
Not a whole lot, man. Jacked up. I mean, dude, bro. I've had one hell of a weekend, man.
What did you do now?
I mean, I don't even know where to start. I guess let me start with Friday after the
Well, how's
show.
your nicotine buzz going?
Bro, I got so sick, man, on standing handy on Friday. I've never had a challenge, man, where I had to take like a 20-minute nap, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've eaten peppers, I've eaten all kinds of junk, man. You know that. I mean, come on now. And when I did that Copenhagen and then took the shot of whiskey, that was it. It was over for me.
You don't think it was the cigarette you were smoking while taking the Copenhagen out in the parking lot?
Well, that probably didn't help, man, by any means. But the whole stunt itself, man. And then Stan takes my pulse. He's like, "That's only 74 beats a minute." I said, "No way, no way." You know, I knew better than that, and it got faster. And then Junior took my pulse, and the thing was like 120 or 114. I forget what it was, man. But it was through the roof, dude. I felt it, man.
So you had nicotine overload.
Yeah. Big time.
Well, you look like you're covered in maxi pads, but before we get to that,
yeah, bro.
Joining us live from Las Vegas. We've tried this in the past with minimum success, but we think we have all the bugs hammered out. Gordon, are you there?
Beautiful.
I am. How you gentlemen doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Excellent, excellent. So we got Maxi Pad Dave today?
Hey, bro. Oh, okay. So you're going to jump on the bandwagon of bashing me, bro?
Yeah, he's got what appears to be a maxi pad on his arm and on the back of his neck.
They're lidocaine patches, Gordon.
Gotcha.
You know, I got a guy that knows a guy. Let's just put it that way. You know, I was able to get, score some prescription lidocaine. So
Why do you need prescription lidocaine pads all over your body?
Well, glad you asked.
I don't know if I'm glad I asked, but
well, okay, here we go, man.
We'll get there momentarily.
After Friday night's party session, which lasted till probably like 7:30 in the morning, I was still drinking beer. I finally passed out. Woke up at about 3 in the afternoon, still like half buzzed, and said, "Hey man, I'm gonna go skate, try to just sweat it out a little bit." And then what happens, man? Another neighbor breaks out a launch ramp.
Now, how big was said launch ramp?
It was only about 3 feet, man. It really wasn't like anything big.
Now, this is a very important question. How deep was the launch ramp? Because Gordon knows where I'm going with this.
It had a nice transition vert to it, man. It had a nice lip to it. I'd say maybe 2 inches, 3 inches, maybe probably about like that. So about 2-inch lip.
How deep was the actual ramp?
Oh, how wide was it?
Yes, because that's very important when it comes to launch ramps.
It was maybe a sheet. Looked like a sheet and a half, I think, if I remember correctly, man. But it was masonite, so and it was all laid. But it was I don't know, 5 feet.
Well, because in our experience, Gordon and I have dealt with a lot of shoddy skateboard ramps in our day.
Yes, sir.
Whether it's quarter pipes or launch ramps. And the reason I asked about the depth,
right?
Depth equals 2 things: weight.
Oh, absolutely.
And stability.
Yeah.
And in our experience, more often than not,
oh, I know what you're talking about.
Someone doesn't take the depth of the ramp and the weight of the ramp in, and so when you hit that with any amount of speed, the damn thing slides forward.
Yeah, absolutely, across the concrete.
And so then you got packed cinder blocks underneath it. You got to perch it up against the
sandbags, whatever you can get your hands on, man. Maybe a stolen curb.
Yeah. So what was your mode of velocity into this launch ramp?
Well, at first, I'm in the South Cape right now, man. Is where I'm staying at, and all the roads down there, they're not asphalted or anything. It's the shale rock stuff. Once again, you know what I'm saying? So you can't really get a good speed.
Yeah, they use the abundant amount of seashells as aggregate in our concrete, Gordon.
Gotcha. Hey, does the Cape have any public skate parks?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
It's called Eagle Park.
Yeah, Eagle Skate Park.
I've never been there before, but I believe I remember you, unless you're telling tales out of school.
I've been there.
I think you were ejected from there a few years back because you're quote-unquote too old.
Yeah.
Is there an age restriction on the skate park?
Well, I was there belligerent.
Oh, okay.
And,
So you weren't kicked out because you're too old. You were
No,
kicked out because you were being an asshole.
Yeah, I was heavily on a lot of substances, skating, with a crew, and it's one of those deals, man. They didn't like us being there. Put it to you that way, man.
Well, I've wanted to go, but I haven't reacquired all of my skateboarding skills yet, and so I haven't been back there.
Well, listen, here's the deal.
Or I haven't been there at all.
So I took 2 runs at the launch ramp. Gordon, check this out, man. You've skated, right?
Yes, I've been known to ride a board.
You've been known to shred some concrete, man, some rails and stuff. All right, man. So I hit 2 runs at it, and I kind of bail off. And by this point, I'm like, dude, I was already out of breath, man. I was like, I need a carpool. So my buddy comes around the corner again, man. He just happens to be riding around, man.
Same guy?
Same guy. And I grabbed a hold, and I said, look, bro, I'm hanging on to the front door. Step on it. I got to hit this ramp at a good clip. And I ended up flying off into the bushes, and it landed on my wrist, which cracked, it made a crack sound. And, I ate it really bad again, second weekend in a row. And so now, man, I'm just all jacked up, man. I am so jacked up, man. That's why I got these lidocaine patches, or as D-Train says, what do you call them, tampons?
Maxi pads.
Yeah, maxi pads, excuse me. Maxi pads on me, man.
Let me see your pen. Mine's dead.
There you go.
Thank you. Continue.
All right. So, Gordon, that's how I ended up wearing, maxi pads this evening.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, it's just me being stupid, man. And I was telling D-Train just before the show, I said, I can't be doing these stunts like I'm doing anymore.
And as I replied, it's because you're closer to 50 than you are 30.
And I agreed with him, but it pisses me off because I don't like thinking that I'm getting old, bro.
But it is what it is. And not to mention the fact that you're doing it when your body's not already at 100% because you're still beat up from the last time you pulled a Marty McFly and slid down the street. That
is true, man. And it's about learning lessons, I guess. And I have a hard time with that, man. Now, I will tell you, I don't want to say too much, but Friday into Saturday when I was doing the partying, I had 2 chicks at once, bro, and I denied. I could have had a baby. What do you think, man?
So, Dave's whole shtick for the last 3 days on the Waterman and Marley show, or the Dave and me, or Marley and I don't think you guys have hammered out a actual name yet.
We don't really have one.
But his whole shtick has been that his biological clock is ticking, and it's time for him to produce a child.
Come on, Gordon. Agree with me.
I would agree with you, but I'm actually your age, Dave. And
yeah.
I can produce a biological child, but after watching a godchild for a little while as an infant,
all right.
No way, dude.
Yes, but the difference is you can take care of yourself. Dave's lucky to eat once a day on his own. How is he going to provide nourishment and the ability to raise a child, to feed a child? He's convinced that only thing an infant needs is powdered milk.
Yeah, man, come on. Isn't that what they eat for like the first 2 years?
What about the other end, Dave?
What other end, man? I mean,
diapers aren't cheap, bro.
You know
how much of a pack of diapers cost?
I have no clue. What do you think?
$20 or more?
Get out. Really?
For the huge pack?
How many are in the pack, you think? 24?
Maybe a few more than that, but they go through quite a few of them a day.
I didn't think of that. Well, what happened to the old?
That's the problem.
What about the old school diapers, D-Train? The old.
Are you going to scrape shit out of cloth diapers?
I'll throw them in a wash machine at the laundromat.
You think it? Okay, so
poor sucker using the laundry machine after you.
So let's think this through. You have the dirty baby. You take off the cloth diapers.
Yeah, man.
Where are you going to put it? You have to store it before you go to the laundromat.
Throw it in a plastic bag and put it outside.
So you're not going to rinse it off. You're going to throw it.
No, take a hose to
soil.
it. Come on, bro.
So you're going to take a hose to it.
Yeah, bro. Wouldn't you?
What about the child? You want to take a hose to the child?
No, man. I bathe the thing. You know, I mean, it needs a bath, obviously, daily. You know, they got to keep themselves, clean because they don't need infections and stuff. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I got a lot to learn, man. That's why I need one of those,
Damn it dolls?
Damn it dolls and the, baby book for dummies, man. I need one of those, man. Come on, Gordon, agree with me.
I think you need to run as far away from this idea as possible.
Dude, you can't even raise a plant. Or a cat.
I'm going to get a dog. Well, I got to get something. Come on, man, guys. This is really bothering me because there's not a single person I know that's on board with me on this going, you know what, it might be the change of your life.
What does that tell you? What is the common denominator in all this? Is it the child?
No.
Is it you?
Yes.
Is it your past history and your
Absolutely.
ability to prove that you're an adult?
Absolutely.
Now, we did talk on the Stan Haney show on Friday that you have recently transitioned.
I've been transitioning.
He's a tranny. He's transitioned from a child into an adult.
Very funny, Gordon. Very funny.
Bring your mic level up a little bit, bud.
I was away from it, sorry.
Very funny, my friend. Jeez, Gordon.
He's a trans. He's transitioned into an adult. He's maintained
Yeah,
3 jobs. 2 of them pay. This one doesn't. He still doesn't have minutes on his phone, but we're working on that.
We'll get there, man.
But he has been meeting his obligations for the most
day.
part.
Every day, man. I'm always doing stuff.
But
man.
you're by no means ready to rear a child.
You know, I'm gonna have to get off this kick then, man, because I'm just thinking, come on, bro.
Well, I understand your biological clock is ticking.
That's
You're
what
getting
I'm
close
saying.
to 50, but before you know, you'll go through the big change. You'll have some heat,
doubt.
Heat flashes.
You'll have some heat flashes.
Get outta here,
Things will
man.
change, and then you'll no longer desire to have a child because all your woman parts will have fallen out.
And then you'll be
Man,
like, whew, bullet dodged.
I don't know what to do. I really don't. I mean, it's because I really do think that it's a good thing.
No, it's a horrible idea.
Man, thank God, I guess a lot of the women that called in to everything that I do.
Said no way in hell they would donate their body to your science.
Exactly. Exactly. It's exactly what... Man, you hit the nail on the head, D-Train.
And any of the ones that would donate their body to science, are they the type that end up on life PD?
No, they're the kind. They're the kind who get married to death row inmates who are serving life sentences for murder.
Dude, I've had some good chicks. They turn a little crazy, man, but they're all right.
One of them held a 9mm to your head.
Well, that was after a few years.
So you drove her to insanity.
You know what I'm saying? In a way, I probably did, man, to be honest with you. I think I do that. Maybe I do that, huh?
So I've seen you twice in 3 days.
Yeah, what's up, man?
And in both days you have wearing a button-up shirt.
Yeah.
You are trying to pull your appearance together, which I commend you on.
Yeah, you can see what the problem is, don't you?
Because what people don't realize, and you'll see them at the store, you'll see them at the gas station, they'll have the big extra large shirt on, they'll be wearing the white socks with sandals, they'll have the stains. If it's a chick, they're a complete mess.
Yeah.
And people's first opinions of you are based off of your dress.
Yeah,
But not only that, I'm a firm believer in how you dress and the clothes you wear dictate your behavior and your attitude through the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you feel how you look, and if you look like shit, you don't care. You get up, you throw on the wrinkly clothes, you have the shirt with the spaghetti stain on or the big hole.
Yeah.
You're wearing 2 different color socks, which I know is in style now, but I still don't follow it. And, you're just bumming it all day long.
Bro,
it's going to have an impact on your behavior.
My mental...
Not to mention people's appearance. And not just you. I'm painting with a broad stroke.
No, you're true, though.
This is advice for everybody. If things are going rough on you and you're looking to change your livelihood and your social standing, the easiest place to start, and I'm not saying go out and buy super expensive shit.
Yeah.
Just color coordinate is a good start.
Dude, you gotta think.
Put on clean clothes.
Yeah.
If your shirt's wrinkled and you're dead set on wearing that shirt, toss it in the dryer with a little damp items so you can get the wrinkles out.
All right.
And I commend you. You have started to.
I'm trying.
I actually saw Dave wear jeans on Friday, which blew my mind.
Yeah, I don't wear jeans, Gordon.
Why not?
I just don't like. I just never been a big jean guy, man.
So are you a shant guy?
He's very much a shant guy, and he still wears the California tall socks.
Yeah, man, that's just my style, man. I grew up with that style. I've lived with that style. It's like I'm gonna ride and die with that style.
I saw your Hispanic equivalent the other day walking down the street.
Get out, man.
At first, I thought it was you. I can't remember. I was driving on Cape. He had on a hat, long shirt, the shants, black socks pulled up to his knees.
Right on.
And he was so rocking that West Coast style.
Damn right.
But I gotta ask you an important question. When was the last time you were an inhabitant of the state of California?
2013.
So it's been quite a while.
It's been a few years now.
And how long did you live there when you were there?
It was a few years.
And the amount of time before you lived there to when you went back?
11 years.
How long are you going to hold on to I lived in California and live in the past?
Well, I'm not going to hold on to it, man, but it's just the way that...
But it comes up on a daily occurrence.
Who's saying? I don't know. I'm not on social media, man, so I don't
Well, it has nothing to do with social media.
okay.
Usually, whenever someone interacts with you verbally at some point...
Well, they look at me strange. I get that.
Well, the socks is one thing, and I've said this in the past. Socks are very geographic-centric.
Absolutely.
I remember when I lived in Ohio at the time, the footy socks were in.
Okay, yeah.
And then when I moved to California, I got looked at weird because I was wearing footy socks, so I had to go out and invest in all new socks.
Right. And you
I didn't go full knee-high, but, I had the mid-level socks.
Right.
And then, of course, when I moved to Florida, once again, everybody's staring at me like they do you, so I had to go and buy all new socks again.
Yeah.
But at what point do you let the California thing go?
Dude, it doesn't happen.
Just be Dave.
It's just me, dude, because this is me, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'll cover up. I'll still, even though I'm wearing jeans, my socks are pulled up, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know that's kind of funny, but
it's not just the socks. It's the whole.
It's just my vibe, dude.
It's the whole using California to explain your behavior and
I spent so
activity.
many years out there. It was very influential.
How many
on my
years
life.
total?
Total?
Mm-hmm.
About 23, maybe.
And you're damn near 50. So
Yeah,
is
so
it
I
safe to
have-
say you've spent more time out of the state of California than living in California?
Close enough, but I moved around a lot. You know what I'm saying? I never, lived in one area as long as I did out there. Like when I grew up, I was uprooted at like 11 or 12.
At what point do you claim to be a Florida boy?
Oh, I was born and raised till 12 here, no
Because
doubt.
Gordon and I were having this conversation the other day. I realized about a year ago I have spent more time living in Florida than I have anywhere else. More time than
But
growing up
Ohio's
in
your
Ohio.
home, dude. That's your place,
More
man.
time than growing up in Kentucky, and more time than I
I
spent
didn't
in
think about
California.
Kentucky. Yeah.
And Gordon, I think, is almost there with Vegas, correct?
Yeah, I am. I've been here, pretty near longer than anything else, except for when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Do you still walk around in flannel and boots like you did when you lived in Montana? You still tell people, yo, bro, I'm from Montana.
Come on, man. Gordon, agree with me.
Dude, I live a stone's throw from California, and I don't see that much here either.
Really?
Absolutely.
Wow. I don't know, man. I'm an anomaly, man. I'm an anomaly.
He's an anomaly wrapped inside of Enigma.
I'm an anomaly, man.
Wrapped inside a tinfoil.
Oh, come on, man, dude. I'm not trying to, block microwaves from aliens and stuff.
You've been known to wear a tinfoil hat.
I'm not going to deny that I haven't. Okay? I mean, damn, dude. I've done some really wild stuff in my life, man. Jeez. But, the whole thing, let's get back to the rap thing real quick. Thing is, I flew off. Now I'm hurting. So now I'm, I
Covered
went
in maxi pads.
Well, I went and scored these lidocaines.
Uh-huh.
What do you think about them, man, huh? Pretty cool.
I think you look like you're wrapped in maxi pads. Now, let me ask you this.
That's a mummy thing, man.
Is this a, hey, look at me, as Stan would say?
No, dude. No, well, when I showed up, I had my sweatshirt on.
No, the reason I asked is because I've noticed you only have one sweatband on.
Well, because, bro, I got my other one right here just in case I need it.
I'm just figuring perhaps you would have maybe put the sweatband on top of the maxi pad so that it's not as noticeable.
I thought about it.
Because even on the camera, you can see the maxi pad on your beer hand.
There it is. What'd you say, Gordon?
Nah, you get a little bit of feedback off his mic.
That's me. Yeah, there it is right there. Yeah, man, dude, it's just, man, my wrist got jacked. That was the first thing that hit today, man.
That's your jacking wrist too, man.
I know, bro. I can't jack off.
Well, you can do the left hand.
You're not switch stance?
No, man, I'm not really good at switch stance jacking.
Yeah, but if you use the left hand, it's like you're with a stranger.
Yeah, I know, man. It's softer.
The rhythm's a little off.
Man, the rhythm's off, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out tonight, maybe. Look at that. Never even thought about it.
The bandwidth of you-porn and coming out of Southwest Florida has dropped dramatically in the last 24 hours because Dave can't use his right hand. They're having emergency meetings trying to figure out what the hell happened in Southwest Florida. Our views have gone down by 38%.
I'm so glad you said that, man. My illegal movie website is shut down, bro, and I am so pissed.
Chances are they changed the URL. They have to do that occasionally.
Okay, here's the deal. It offers like every about month and a half, 2 months. There's a re-upload. I wouldn't say a re-upload, but it's like, what do they call it? Upgrade, right?
Yep. They changed the URL.
Okay. So when it did it, It worked fine for a day, 24 hours, and then it went shut down. And then I started getting, all my homies started, texting me going, "What's up with Showbot?" Or excuse me, what's up with that, man? And I was like, hey, I don't know. And then I was like, let me check it out. And I tried logging on, nothing.
Let me ask you this: if your father was still actively involved in the movie community, and that's how he made his living, would you be participating in illegal movie downloads?
No, man.
Because you should know firsthand. Not that I'm hopping on some moral high ground.
No, he's pissed about it, man.
I used to do it back in the day. I don't do it now just because I don't have enough time. But just curiously, as someone whose livelihood depended on the money that came through, because people think, oh, well, I steal movies, I'm just taking from the movie companies. Well, no, you're taking from the grips.
You're taking from everybody, man.
The movie theater houses, the guy who provides craft services.
Everything. Yeah, craft services, everything, man.
Hundreds and hundreds of people get affected by it. So I'm just wondering, if your father still made his livelihood through running movie houses, would you still be actively participating in the viewing of illegal movie downloads?
Well, I wouldn't, man, because I wouldn't, but there's a part of me that would probably check it out for his benefit, and I would try to let him know what's happening in the business and the industry, and I let him know as early as the early 2000s when this stuff started. And let me tell you something, man, that pissed him off big time.
I mean, because he was so actively involved. You presented me with a sweet Warner Brothers. Well, you can't really see it. It's a Warner Brothers pen.
Yeah, a little like diamond pendant thing. Yeah. Well, I've.
Go ahead.
Can you back up a second? I think there was something Dave said that was just kind of glossed over, and it was the whole thing about my homies hit me up wondering what was up with this site.
Yeah.
You got a group of friends that you talk to about this?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's quite a few of us that are on this site, and as soon as one person
how do you think Dave learned about it? He's not tech savvy. He didn't find this shit on his own. Someone told him about it.
Yeah,
I probably had to hold his hand to explain how to get there.
Nice, bro.
This is a guy who can't maintain a Facebook page, but there's 337 million 13-year-olds in the United States alone that all have Facebook pages, but this guy can't even have one. He's had 3 of them shut down.
Yeah, man. For some reason, they like shutting me down, man. Gordon,
explain this for the.
So the only websites that'll take you or social medias are these porn sites. That's like
no. I wouldn't say that.
A slippery slope to.
No. What's happening is for some reason I might say something or somebody dislikes me to an extent that where they'll take their damn time out to flag every day, flag, and
no,
eventually.
That's not what it is. I've explained.
What do you think, man? Come
on.
It's
a security protocol. What has happened in an effort to protect children? Facebook does not allow you to create an account with a fake name such as Dave the Waterman. So what you have to do, and you already have one.
We got over that though. No?
You already have one, but you forgot the password to it.
Yeah.
You need to create an account with Dave, my real last name.
Right.
And then you go in and you create a public persona page, just like I have my Don Abernathy page. I have my D-Train page. I have this page. You go through the Facebook Manager app and you create a secondary profile page called Dave the Dildo Waterman.
Oh, come on. Why do you gotta say something like that, man?
And then what that'll give you the ability to do...
Oh, cool, man.
That'll give you the ability to manage this page, the page people are seeing. Because basically at this point, this page has just become an extension of me, and you don't get to interact with your fans.
No,
and not only that, but you don't get to promote your show.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's terrible, man.
All the promotion, everything done for this page is being done by me because you can't maintain a page.
I'm sorry, bro.
And so we got to get you past that.
All right, well then we'll do that. We'll get past that. I promise you, we'll get past that. You know what? This week, man, I'm gonna come by, and we'll go through the process, man. Because for some damn reason,
you don't need my help. All you gotta do, I know you forgot the password for your Dave account.
Dude,
if for some reason you can't get into it, go on to Yahoo, Hotmail, Gmail, anywhere. Create a new email address.
All right.
Then go to Facebook, create a new account. They're going to ask you for the secondary email address to verify that you're not a robot. You go there, you approve the account, bada bing, bada boom.
Right.
You're done, son.
All right, man. Well, you're the man, bro, when it comes to that stuff. So
once again, 338 million 13-year-olds in the United States alone have a Facebook page. Not to mention probably 200 million 80-year-olds have Facebook pages. If they can do it, you can do it.
Right now, I just, I'm almost scared to have one, bro. Some of the stuff that I would post would just be, just wide open, man, just partying and stuff, I guess, So it's probably a good thing I don't, but you're right, I need one.
But you've
and
transitioned.
learn.
You're trans
You're
now.
right.
You've transitioned
You're
into
right.
an adult.
I'm trying to grasp
You want to have a
that.
child, but you can't maintain a Facebook page.
Oh, man, why do you
Give us a call.
Dude, that sucks, man. Dude, you're such a dick,
and
man.
you just stepped all over the phone number. 772-218-7731. That number should be good for another 10 days or so until they refresh us one.
I love you, man. Gordon, what are you doing, man? What the hell's going on in Las Vegas?
Same old. Just on the grind, working a lot, and went out. My wife yesterday went and got our CCW classes taken care of.
Nice.
And so on and so forth. But no, just chilling, using the hot tub today.
Hell yeah.
Nice weather for it,
Now, I know you've open carried in the past, but your wife has not, correct?
That is correct. And open carry, I don't anymore.
Well,
and a lot of that is more because of everything that's been going on.
I have a reason for asking, and I've been wanting to try to find a young lady. And there was a young lady at the radio station who just recently got her permit, but I've been trying to get her on, but she won't. But that's neither here nor there. What I want to do, I know it takes like 6 months or 6 years in Vegas to get your permit, but what I want to do is after she carries in public for the first time, I want to do an interview with her, because I want it fresh in her mind, because I remember the first time I carried, you're paranoid. You're paranoid as shit because your whole life you've been taught guns are bad.
Yeah,
and
I'd
people
be
in carry,
freaked.
and so you're struggling with your own conscience, your own mind about carrying a firearm in public. And I'd be interested to get someone's fresh take on it right after the first time they carried in public, to have her recall her feelings and her anxiety and what it was like for her the first time she carried in public.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, first time I carried in public was open carry, and I felt all eyes were on me.
Mm-hmm.
Was not comfortable at all.
Oh, I'm sure.
So I just I don't anymore.
Ironically,
I don't know if it's true. There's some thoughts on open carry. One, you're going to be a target for the criminal.
why?
But I really don't see any cases on that,
I got a question for you, Gordon, because this is something that's been kind of bothering me. The open carry permit in Las Vegas. Now, you guys have, within past year, legalized recreational marijuana, right?
Correct. And actually,
Okay.
there's no permit for open carry as long as you were a legal
So
gun
you
owner.
can have both on you at the same time, because the state of Florida does not allow that. You either have one or the other, as I'm told. Now, I don't know if that's
Yes, in
true.
the state of Florida,
No.
if you want to get your medical marijuana card, you have to turn over your concealed carry permit.
Yeah.
And the reason being is when you go to get your concealed carry permit, you sign a document saying that you do not participating in the consumption of a Schedule I narcotic. And the federal government still considers marijuana to be a Schedule I narcotic. And interestingly enough, I think they would also consider unprescribed Vicodin or Oxycontin a Schedule I narcotic.
I can see
However,
that.
but if your doctor prescribes it to you, you don't have to surrender it. Also, in the state of Florida, you cannot carry in a facility that predominantly sells or serves alcohol. So if you go into your family restaurant that feeling good in the neighborhood and you want to get takeout, you cannot sit at the bar if you have your firearm on. You have to go sit in a booth or in the lobby to wait and get your food. You cannot consume
Really?
alcohol or be around people
mean-
consuming alcohol while carrying a firearm. Whereas in Vegas, you can go anywhere the hell you want.
Get out, really?
You can. There's buildings, they'll say no fire. At the end of the day, it's just a Class 2 misdemeanor. They'll trespass you out if they catch it on you.
Okay.
It's just what it is. And it's the same as Florida. It's anywhere. If you have a medical marijuana card, you're not even going to get your CCW. You're just going to get shut down. That's going to be in the system. So you got a choice,
Right. So the whole Social Security thing, everything is running your numbers and basically letting you know, hey, I can't. You can only have one or the other at that point.
Well, nothing puts you into the federal government system quicker than volunteering for a concealed firearm permit. I mean, you get
What about when I
fingerprinted.
got locked up, man? I mean, I was told I couldn't now carry a firearm.
If you are a convicted felon, you cannot have one.
All right. Good to know, man. I mean, I know that as a legitimate thing, but like Baker acted, I was told I couldn't have one.
It's a good possibility. I know in the state of Florida, if it's been 3 years with having a DUI, you cannot have one.
Really?
Yeah, because they figure
Wow.
if you aren't responsible enough to maintain
A
and
vehicle.
operate a vehicle
Yeah.
while under the influence of alcohol, why the hell should we give you something
a
more
damn gun.
dangerous?
Yeah.
Which that kind of, what you just said kind of brought up an interesting thing. Recently, Florida, we had a bill that was misleading, as most of them are. The way it was worded on the bill was the intent to restore voting privileges to people who had a felony arrest but who have served their time.
Right.
At least that's the way it was worded.
That's the way it was worded
on the bill.
Mm-hmm.
And so the bill passed because, lo and behold, we were taught and trained that once you serve your time, you have paid your price to society. And how are you going to restart your life if you have all these things taken away from you? But now what some of the proponents to this bill are saying is that people still serving time, now have the right to vote. Wow. Which makes no sense because the bill stated that it was for people who have served their time and are no longer on probation or in jail.
Right.
So it'd be interesting to see how that plays out because that would be complete bullshit if people in prison have the ability to vote in local elections.
Yeah, dude, man. That's crazy. What do you think about that, Gordon?
Yeah, I don't agree with it. I mean, if you're in there, you're in there. You've lost that right, unfortunately. Speaking of misleading things, I was just caught a headline. It just says Las Vegas police kills a man near downtown Las Vegas. What is your thoughts just to that headline?
Well, first, for me, it'd be what did he do?
Yeah.
So the guy was driving reckless. Cops saw him, and this was yesterday afternoon, or actually in the morning. And they pulled this guy over. They asked him to exit, and then he began reaching for a large, bulky item in his waistband. Okay, that's bad practice right there. The guy's probably drunk or high, whatever. So the officer told him to quit reaching for this. He ignored the officer. They tried to handcuff him. He fought back. And this is the catch of the line. The officer deployed his taser. So the headline is they shoot and kill a man.
They tased him first?
They tased him and he died.
They tased him.
So it's a misleading headline because instead of saying police tased a man and he died, they said he shot him. Now, how did he die? Was he laying in water? What made him so conductive that the taser killed him?
Yeah, I mean, some heart condition?
Weird heart failure?
It's hard to say. The story doesn't go in that far.
Never
but
does.
Right now they're just saying he was hit multiple times with the taser.
Wow, well, multiple times. Because those things range. I mean, I've tased myself, quite a few times, and they can range anywhere from 50,000 to I think 50, maybe 100,000 almost volts is like the max. I might be mistaken.
Yeah, I'm not up to speed on my tasers.
I know I've shocked myself multiple times with 50,000 volts.
Now, speaking of bad journalism, to give them credit, it may not be their journalist. It could be the way the bill was written, but if this is the way the bill is written, it's even worse. Not to get into politics or anything, not to say that this bill is good or bad or what have you. I'm just going to say what I read in the article. It was an article about a bill coming out of Miami-Dade County where they're trying to get some Florida politicians to pass an assault rifle ban in Florida. Now, I'm not going to make a comment on that. The comment I have is, in the article, it said they want to legalize firearms that have the ability to shoot 10 rounds at one time.
So do they mean 10 at once?
So you want outlaw guns with 10 barrels?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like a Gatling gun?
Gatling guns don't shoot them at once. They're staggered. It's like one every second because the barrel...
Wouldn't a shotgun be illegal then? Because
that's 10 rounds of birdshot or more.
Yeah, that's...
But the fact that this thing went to print and no one caught it, that they quoted the bill saying 10 rounds at one time.
Well, I mean, dude, that's...
Maybe that's something they'll do on Demolition Ranch. Maybe he'll put together a rifle with 10 barrels and shoot it simultaneously.
You're right, they didn't catch...
Crazy guy would.
Well, they didn't, whoever that was editing all those articles didn't sure as hell catch the way the guy typed up.
Or if that's the way the bill's actually written, that's even worse.
Or if that's the way it's written, then yes, that is horrible.
Hey, go ahead and pass a bill that outlaws a gun that shoot 10 gun rounds at one time. I mean, they don't exist.
Exactly, man. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen. You don't have, what would shoot... What elephant gun might, right?
Well, like Gordon said, the only thing that technically would shoot more than 10 rounds at one time would be a shotgun shooting birdshot or buckshot.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of what other guns that might do something of that nature. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like you're going to have...
Once again, a Gatling gun or even the miniguns on a helicopter, the rounds aren't shooting simultaneously. There's one chamber, multiple barrels.
Yeah, or you're not going to have you're not going to have like an 88 millimeter, excuse me, or whatever it is, but like, you know, one of those ones where they shoot the shell and then it's got like all the projectiles that pop out of the shell, dude, and just wipe out like a whole platoon, you know? I'm not gonna have that. I don't even think you can own anything like that, you know? But still, damn.
Yeah, so I just thought
that's stupid,
when
man.
I was reading the article, I'm like, how did that slip by?
Yeah, how did they even put that to print, man, is beyond me.
So you heard George Bush died, right?
Yes, I did. Isn't that something, huh?
Did you know he was in World War II, right?
Oh, absolutely. I know quite a bit, a little bit. I know what his parachute was made of and things, yeah.
His parachute?
Yeah. Did you know his parachute was made of hemp?
No.
Yeah.
Hemp would allow air to pass. Why would his one? Why?
I'm
First off,
telling
why
you,
would
man. Read it. Read it.
That's complete bullshit.
I'm not joking you, man. I'm not joking.
Okay, as someone who studies World War II, I'll look into it and prove to you that's complete
Please
bullshit.
do, man, because that's
I know
what
there
I've
was a
always been
silk
led to
shortage,
believe.
but I have never heard that any parachute was made out of hemp because one, it's too damn heavy.
Dude, that's what I was told, man. That's
You've
what
been
I read.
told a lot of bullshit in your life.
Dude, I read it, man. I'm telling you. I'm pretty sure I did.
You read that on The Onion?
Very funny, Gordon. Very funny. Okay, you know, you're way out in Vegas, man. I can't even, you know, look at you in the face and go, damn it, man.
Well, I'm doing this story on my What's the Scuttlebutt, but
All
I'm
right.
not going to present the fact that it's him until at the end because
Okay.
the story is insane. We've all heard of Iwo Jima, right?
Mm-hmm.
About 500 miles north of Iwo Jima was a small island called Chichi-ima,
Okay.
and it had a Air Force base on it, about 25,000 Imperial Japanese soldiers.
Get out.
But more importantly, it had a transmission radio tower. And this radio tower was sending reports back to Rabble and back to Japan about our military movements. But we knew from facing the Japanese that we did not want to send our boys onto an island with 25,000 Japanese Imperial soldiers
No.
strictly for the task of taking out a radio tower.
Right.
So we thought, what a better way to do it than to send in our pilots and just bomb the shit out of it.
That would be logical.
Well, they would bomb this air base, they would bomb this tower day after day, and the Japanese would just go out and rebuild it. They didn't give a shit.
Take it underground.
So on
whatever.
September 2nd, they sent out a group of Avengers, the planes.
Yeah, I know.
Each one had a payload about 3 500-pound rounds.
Okay.
Pilot goes in. I've already stepped on the story. It was George Bush, right? He comes in. He's going to go drop his payload on this tower. He starts taking fire. He comes in at 35 degrees, drops his bombs. Whether he hits the target, it really don't matter. He comes out. His Avenger is shot to shit, right?
No way.
So he tells he banks left, heads back east towards the Pacific Ocean.
Right.
Tells the 4 crew member to bail out.
Okay.
At this point, the plane is engulfed in flames. It's coming down. He goes to bail out. As he bails out, he hits the rear fuselage of the plane.
Ooh.
It busts his head all open. But at this point, I forgot to mention, as he's coming out at the 35-degree angle, the G-forces were so severe, and they really didn't have that great compression technology in their suits.
No, not
it
at all.
ruptured his eardrums.
I'm sure.
So he's in extreme pain. His eardrums are ruptured. Now he ejects from the plane. He hits the rear fuselage, gashes his head open. Somehow he miraculously deploys his parachute.
Okay.
Whether he did it or it was automatic, I don't know. Wasn't in the story. I got all this information from this book called The Last Fighter Pilot. It wasn't about George Bush.
All right. I was about to say.
But there was a paragraph in there. Here's the
Trip
miraculous
out.
thing. So he lands in the water. He's taking strafing fire from Japanese Navy,
Zeros, yeah.
Zeros and Navy vessels.
Okay.
The rest of the Air Corps come and scare them off. He inflates his inflatable raft, and he's floating around for 3 hours
Oh my God.
with a busted grill, busted ears, and a submarine saves him. Now, that's a miraculous story in itself.
Now I've heard that part.
Here's the crazy part of this story. Out of the 9 crew members, not just his, but the people shot down that day,
Yeah.
they were captured by the Japanese Imperial Army.
Damn.
And they don't hide this shit. Japan actually has a museum they just opened. We all know the Nazis did horrible things to their captured people.
Beyond.
Japan did the same shit.
Oh, they were really bad.
They would operate on people while they're awake.
Yes.
They have a lot of their information on display in a new museum that's open.
Get out, really? Well,
But-
anyways.
So George Bush survived. He didn't get captured. Out of the 9 people who got captured that day, for whatever reason, the Japanese Imperial Army's commanders on Chichi-ima decided to have a sake party.
Oh boy.
And they issued the doctors to remove the livers from the American prisoners
No.
and to have them as appetizers
Get out of here, man. Don't say that.
And then they beheaded all of them. So
I
if
know
George
that.
Bush,
That's messed up.
if he wouldn't have hit that fuselage,
He would not be.
and he would have landed on that island,
Yeah.
he not only would he not survived, but he wouldn't have been the president.
Would have never.
And he wouldn't produce his two sons.
Yeah, because I mean, dude, he was what, head of the CIA in the 70s, correct? Before,
Correct.
after the war, head of the CIA in the 70s, and him and Reagan, he was like Reagan's real secret backup dude.
Now, I
man.
know this ain't a World War II podcast, but this book, another interesting thing in here, it's called The Last Fighter Pilot. It's about Jerry Yellen.
Oh.
They call him The Last Fighter Pilot because him and his crew were out doing a bombing run at the exact moment that Japan signed the papers for the end of the war.
papers, yeah, in Indianapolis, correct?
And so him and his crew were the last ones to actively engage in battle.
Right.
Now, his wingman was a young 19-year-old. He, to this day, had the highest IQ out of any pilot in the U.S. Army Air Corps and the modern-day Air Force.
Wow.
He was shot down and killed on that run,
Man.
age of 19. Ready to have your mind blown?
Yeah.
That was Scarlett Johansson's grandfather.
Get out of here, bro.
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
I gotta check this book out, man.
Stan got me this for Christmas last year.
Did he really? I gotta check that book out, man.
But yeah, when I was reading that and read that Scarlett Johansson, then find out George Bush went through all that shit, it was completely insane.
Yeah, we lost it. We lost an incredible guy, man. He really believed in the country, man. He fought for the country.
Well, clearly.
And obviously, he fought for the country. He believed in the country, and it was his mission to kind of, try to make America the best he thought possibly could. Which, hey, man, I commend the guy for it, man. There's no doubt. It would have been. It's an interesting kind of what if Clinton didn't come along and that 90 election.
I'll be honest with
whatever
you.
That was it 2 or 3, 4, 94, right?
I was in middle school during that time.
Right.
Obviously, I wasn't involved in politics.
Yeah.
I can only go off of my life experience. Now,
Of
clearly,
course.
I'm no fan of modern-day Hillary.
Yeah.
But for all intents and purposes, the
Bill-
way I remember the 90s, it
Yeah.
wasn't that fucking bad.
No, it really wasn't. Bill looked cool, man, back in the day. It was like, dude, this dude's he's on Arsenio Hall, he's playing saxophone.
Well, even the pop
culture.
culture stuff aside, I mean, daily life, things weren't like they have been the
No.
last few years.
No,
So
they weren't,
once again,
man.
I'm politics aside because I
Yeah,
wasn't
I know.
actively involved in politics back then. But
Me
looking
neither.
back at it from an outsider looking in who wasn't involved in politics, just looking at the economy, the way things are going, livelihood and all that, at least to me, didn't seem
It
that
didn't.
bad.
It was a decent.
Gordon was a little older than me. He may have a different opinion on the subject, but I don't think it was all that bad. Once again, I went into politics.
What do you
I
think,
was fine
Gordon?
with it.
What do you think, man?
I was fine with it. I was a ski bum then, so I was out in Montana.
Right on, man. Out enjoying yourself on the slopes?
Absolutely.
Damn right, man. Damn right. I don't know, man. I feel that you're right, Detroit, and I agree with you. Is the 90s to me were a very they were very good to me. You know what I'm saying? Even the very good to me, man. Early 2000s, very good to me, man. All the 90s were very good to me, man. That was a good era of growing up. Now, whether or not if Bush, as we say, would have continued on, or, like we did, we ended up with Clinton for 8 years. Hey, man, either way, I still kind of looked at both of them as pretty cool dudes. It was a tough thing. I didn't vote, so I have no influence on that deal. So,
And regardless of what your opinion of politics were back then, we can all
Yeah.
agree that the country was nowhere nearly as divided as it is nowadays.
nowhere near, man. This is insane what's going on nowadays. But I don't want to get into it, man, because I try to just keep away from
Sure.
that. And
Usually this time of the episodes when I start our new half-ass review.
Oh yeah, what do we got?
And I left my item out in the garage, so we'll do it next week.
You sure? I'll go get it
No,
because
it's
I
all
got
right.
a beer out
one
there.
of the things we also do on this show is we try to keep people aware of scams,
Yeah.
bullshit that other people try to pull. And this happened to me a few weeks back, and I won't say the name of the company, even though I should.
Oh.
But I got a letter in the mail that said, and this was probably on November 1st or 2nd, that
Okay.
said my homeowner's insurance policy had expired on October 25th.
Get out of here.
And I'm like, well, wait a minute, how the hell does that happen? Because my homeowner's insurance is built into my mortgage payment.
Exactly.
And I'm not behind on my mortgage payment.
Boom.
So I called my mortgage. Actually, no, I called this insurance company. We'll just call them Cheese Dick Scammers
Okay.
Inc.
Sounds good to me.
So I call up Cheese Dick Scammers Inc. and I said, hey, what's the deal? I got this policy you're saying expired. My insurance policy is built into my mortgage.
Right.
Now, yes, I should know the name of my insurance company, but once again, since it's built into my mortgage, I'm not cutting them a fucking check, so I don't know the name of them. I should, that's on me. But anyhow, so he says to me, oh, well, I'm looking at your policy. It looks like some vital information about the mortgage holder was left off your policy. You need to contact Group X.
Uh-huh.
So I contact Group X, and I said, well, what's the deal? I said, better question is hypothetically, my policy's been expired for 10 days now. Who would be liable if something happened where I had to put a claim?
Yeah.
Because we all know insurance companies love to not pay out claims. They look for reasons not to pay out claims, and the fact that this company's saying it's expired, who the fuck would be liable?
Exactly. Who's going to pay up?
Well, he's like, well, let me look into this. Give me your mortgage number and all that crap. So I did. He calls me back, and here's where the scam's involved. He said, your homeowner's insurance is active. You actually have insurance through company 1.
Why?
Okay, and it has never expired. This Cheese Dick Inc. Wrote you a quote. They were trying to do a rollover.
Oh.
Basically, someone tried to initiate a rollover to change my account in the background without me knowing. And the cancellation notice I got was simply saying that their quote had canceled. But nowhere in this paperwork said a quote. It said, your insurance policy has been canceled on this effect. Please contact us immediately.
Yeah. Scammy
so
little suckers, man.
So what if you're 80, 83,
Oh,
84,
you're going to
you're on
fall
a
for
fixed
that.
income,
You're going to fall for that.
and you're going to cut a check out of pocket
You're going to fall
to pay
for
for the insurance, and then it's going to roll over in the background. Now, technically, you've double dipped because you've already paid for that month.
Yeah.
But no, they told me your insurance, the policy renewed on the same date that they had said it expired. So,
bro, did you call them back and say,
no,
hey?
I was like, well,
you left
what
it
the fuck?
alone?
It wasn't worth my time at that point.
I figured sometimes you get a little itch.
And so those are the kind of things you got to look out for. If if your homeowner's insurance is being paid through your mortgage payment and someone sends you a letter saying it expired,
yeah,
obviously do your due
diligence, man.
And contact them. But just the level of bullshit that companies go through to try to scam you. And I'll just say this: this company's name comprised of 2 words. The second one of them being integrity.
Oh.
So you have the name integrity in your company name, and this is the shit you try to pull on people?
Really?
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yep.
That's bad, man. I mean, I can't believe people would even throw that out there, send the letters.
I just wonder how many people fall for that and just start cutting checks out of pocket.
Think about it. What if they've sent it to just the whole state of Florida? How many people are in the state of Florida?
Too many.
15 million? 20 million? Something like that. Probably more than that. And, if they send them, there's going to be a few 100,000 people are going to bite on that, man.
Hell, even if 1 or 2 bite onto it, now they got 2 new policies.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're in
clearly it's got to work because they're spending the money on paper, envelopes, and postage.
Yeah,
it wasn't an email; it was hard copy mail that came in a post office.
And that's unusual nowadays, man. Typically, it's all through the emails and stuff like that. Wow. Well, that's a good half-ass review.
No, that's not a half-ass review. That's a heads-up review. That's keep your heads up for scammers.
Damn right. What are you doing, Gordon, man? What's shaking over there in Vegas?
Hold on just a second. I was just thinking of this thing on YouTube called the Hoax Hotel. This guy totally screws with the scam callers to the point where he can bring their whole systems down. So that's one of the things that's also been in my gut. Has gotten my goat lately is all the scam. Especially when you get that phone number that looks, the first 3 digits are yours.
Mm-hmm.
And that automatically goes to the block. But sometimes I just want to mess with them and turn it into a bit by recording it.
Well, see, you can do that because you live in Vegas and you're in a one-party state. Here in Florida, we're in a 2-party state, and I would have to make it, even though I could try to say it fast, but I would, in fact, have to say you're either on the air or being recorded when I do that.
Well, it's funny. One of the things, and a lot of these guys are, 1, they're illegal anyway, and 2, they were saying, this call is going to be recorded for blah, 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 and you say, yes, it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're not allowed to do certain things.
Well, and that's the other thing they do, too, is now they're spoofing phone numbers.
Yeah.
And you would think
local numbers, man.
Yeah, they spoof local numbers because they know everybody has caller ID on their cell phones and they're not answering 1-800 numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But you would think they'd spoof non-active phone numbers. No, they spoof active. I was at a client's office who does not do insurance or property or time share.
Yeah.
and they had this voicemail. This guy was livid. He was at the end of his rope.
Get out of here.
And he just left this profanity-laden voicemail about, I'm tired of you guys calling me trying to sell insurance. And they called him back like, dude, it's not us.
It's not us, man.
We do X, Y, and Z.
But
somebody was
the
spoofing their phone number.
Yeah. They're using their number. That's crazy, man. That takes such cojones, man. I wonder how long. I mean, what do you think? They use it for 24 hours and then switch to another one,
I don't know. I think they just have a bank of phone numbers and they just roll through them.
They must have, man. That's crazy.
I've had a text back and forth with a guy. Same thing happened. They called me with that number, and I texted back. And he goes, "Dude, that's not me." And then we were like, "Yeah, sorry."
Yeah.
Well, for a while, I was on the phone list for the guys pretending to be from Microsoft.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all from the Middle East, and I was fucking with them pretty good, but I lost interest in that after a while.
Yeah, there's only so much effing around you can do, man, where it's just like, I'm done with it.
Block.
Yeah, well, whatever. I just let mine ring, man. I changed my phone number.
Your phone doesn't ring unless you're with Wi-Fi code anyway, so it really don't matter.
Yeah, dude. Hey, man, when I'm not around nothing, man, I'm gone, man. I disappear, man. I'm out there in the, mixed in,
Off the grid.
You're damn right. You're damn right, Gordon. Big time off the grid. Man, I like it like that. It's a tough way to live, but I enjoy it because it, like I didn't know anything was coming through my phone until I got over to D-Train tonight, and all of a sudden my phone's vibrating, and I'm like, all right, somebody had to say something. Let's see what's going on. I like that, I don't need it all the time, man, because it would disturb me. You all right?
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, well, I agree. I think we should be away from these less. I think this is part of the problem that we're having in the country and the world right now.
I hear it all the time.
Is the phones.
I hear it all the time. I hear the social media stuff. It just drives people crazy. And there was a person, a female, I read a story like 2 days ago. I can't remember her name, Jess Gass or something like that. And she was over in the French Riviera. And she said, I used to...
La-di-da.
Yeah, that's what I said, right? I said she used to post all the time. But you know what I'm talking about? Gordon, you all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought maybe you were getting involved in a home invasion or something.
Yeah, dude,
I
heard something too, didn't you? But anyways, so she says, hey, I quit social media, and it's really, helped my life and all around in general, husband and everything, because she's not spending so much time on social media. Now, we all hear that a lot, people that have quit, and how they go, oh, it's helped me. I don't know, because she is apparently somebody over there in Europe, but we'll see what happens.
Well, you basically quit. Has your life improved without the daily negative impact of all the bullshit on Facebook and Twitter?
You know what, bro? The only thing I can say that's improved is I find myself not getting in as much trouble.
Interesting.
And the reason I say that is because I'm not posting, me...
Drunk videos?
Yeah, or doing things I shouldn't be doing, whatever it may be. Now, I've passed all that. I've turned over a new leaf, as you know.
Because you've transitioned.
You're damn right. So, back in the day, I would have got myself in a lot of trouble. So maybe I've grown enough now to where I can participate in social media a little bit more. We'll see. Gordon, you part of social media?
Yeah, he is. We all are.
I am. I try to keep my opinions limited as much as I can.
Dude, how long do you spend on it?
How long's he on the toilet?
I jokingly say if you see a post from me, I'm probably in the bathroom. And
on that note, we're going to wrap up episode 40. The elusive episode 40. It's taken us almost all year, but we've gotten here.
We've reached it, bro.
We've reached episode 40. We're slowly trying to distribute this show and all the other shows through all the media formats out there. So check us out pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts. This show may not show up on a few of them, but I'm working on that. That should be resolved in January. If you want one of our shirts, you want to support the show, go to d-410.com. You can buy shirts there. You can find this podcast. You can find my new motivational podcast, Failed to Fail, which this week's episode features Gordon. We get a little bit into our childhood and the long road that he took to find his success in life. You can find my What's the Scuttlebutt podcast. I just recorded a new episode before Dave got here. It should be up sometime tomorrow. You can get all our emails, links to our YouTube channels, and all that crazy bullshit. But thank you all so much for hanging out with us for another episode. Gordon, thank you so much from Vegas. You gotta have a great night. You son of a bitch. It's only 6 o'clock there, so you got a bunch of shit you can do before you have to call it quits for the day.
Yeah, it's dinner time.
It's dinner time for you. I just killed my second beer, and I gotta get my third. We're gonna wrap it up. Yep. I will talk to you later. Dave, take us out.
All right. Yeah, thank you to Gordon for joining us tonight on tonight's episode. Thank you, D-Train, for all the hard work that you do, man. Without you, this show would not be possible. And thank you all the listeners for tuning in and listening to us. We thank you very much. Maybe next year, tonight is the Podcast Awards. Maybe you guys will nominate us for next year. We'll see.
Doubt it.
All right, man. Let's end the show, brother. Let's get out of here. Woo!